I stepped into a rabbit hole with this one. I keep finding more. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to show you guys what I got because it's 9 o'clock and it's late. So this was a conversation that was absolutely retarded between CJ Grisham, News Now Houston, and P&P News. And I started looking at it because of the stupid things that they were saying, the contradictory positions they were taking. The very first thing that this is just a transcript of it. The and it'll be in the description, so you can read it. The whole point of this thing was counterintelligence for auditors, and C.J. Grisham goes out of his way to say, if you're an activist and you're always doing the right thing, and you have the right intentions, and you never have anything to worry about, or you never have anything to worry about anyway, you don't have to worry about getting tripped up. You don't have to worry about saying the wrong thing because your heart's in the right place. You know the law, and you're doing everything right anyway. And that's the truth of it. But they wasted a long time getting there. He was saying he gives really bad, just terrible advice. Reality is this: if you don't want to have any problems online, don't have internet friends. Your real friends that you meet in person, know them, like them, love them. Internet people, they're just people. They're acquaintances. They're not your friends. Number two, don't say anything to anybody that you wouldn't want known to everybody because it will get out. I mean, like the things that you say to me in private on Bunny Boot server, I'm sure somebody somewhere can access it. I'm not going to say anything, but I'm sure somebody somewhere can access it. So never say anything in private that you wouldn't want to say in public. And number three, don't do anything illegal. And if you think you're getting close to doing something illegal, talk to an attorney. Boom, done, problem solved. But a lot of this stuff is really stupid. Some of the stuff that I thought was really interesting was P&P News asked about the in this day and age, and I think he thought it was going a completely different direction because he's like, yeah, there's only 2 times that I know of that enemies took photographs of the U.S., and that was in Pearl Harbor and Oklahoma, maybe Oklahoma City. And then C.J. Grisham was like, oh, actually, the planning stages where terrorist operations are the most, vulnerable, and most of them get caught in the planning stages, and the planning. They all do it, and we've been doing it. The U.S. has been doing it since the Revolutionary War. Everybody ever has done it, and yeah, it's super keen. And then he goes on to say, yeah, and David's like really smart by doing it out in the open, and he shows that, obviously he wouldn't be doing it for nefarious purposes because he's wearing a reflective vest. And then he goes on to say, oh, but if I was actually doing it, I would totally be taking pictures surreptitiously. I wouldn't be doing it out in the open because you don't want to get caught. It's like, God, you're stupid. And David was saying that it's stupid to attack a refinery because you won't do a lot of damage. It's better to shoot up a school or something because nobody remembers the names of the 9/11 attackers, but everybody remembers the name of school shooters. Wow. There's some insight into David for you. It's just big balls of stupid rolling around and clacking into each other. Oh, just terrible. But what really caught me was this bit right here. This bit right here is actually P&P News brought it in from the video that David did where he interviewed this guy, Grisham. And I hadn't really had a chance to, think about it when I did my previous video on it, because that was just a quick reaction after having listened to it in the car driving to a court appearance. But getting to read it, it just set my bullshit detectors off. And David Warden already sets my bullshit detectors off, because nothing that guy, like the paperwork, Leon Valley, oh, I got this from a fusion center. I can't show you. I have to deliver this to my lawyer, and my lawyer is going to send it off to the Department of Justice. Ugh. Just stupid. Absolutely stupid. All that, it's nonsense. The pistol, it's nonsense. He can't prove it. He won't prove it because he's just full of shit. I mean, he did great audits. He's gone off the deep end now. He did great audits, and now he's struggling for relevancy, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with him, but it's not good. Maybe he just got a big head. I don't know. But the C.J. Grisham, he really led me down a rabbit hole. Because listen to this. So I'm a 20-plus year retired Army First Sergeant. That doesn't sound terrible. I mean, that's plausible. And a counterintelligence special agent. I'm a senior counterintelligence special agent. That was my official title. I come from counterintel interrogations. Wait, what? That's weird. I was a signal intelligence interceptor. A signal intelligence interceptor. That sounds good, right? So I did a little bit of time working within the NSA sphere of things towards the end of my career with other alphabet agencies. And that's just, anytime people start talking about that, you know they're lying. I know people who actually work in alphabet agencies, NSA kind of things. They listen to, top secret clearance, all that, and they don't tell you. They haven't told me, but their diligence in not telling me tells me. And their backgrounds as linguists. But they don't just come around like just throwing, oh yeah, I work for the NSA, man. Totally cool. Yeah, top secret clearance. I know shit. Come kidnap me, foreign governments. Yeah, it's bullshit. But my spidey senses were tingling. So I started looking and I found this video. And this seemed like reasonable. I mean, he's walking around with a gun in Texas. I mean, what could go wrong? And then the officer wanted to disarm him. Apparently, either Grisham is tiny or the officer's huge. I'm betting Grisham's tiny. The officer wins quickly. And Grisham is convicted of interfering with the duties of a peace officer. He appeals it. He loses the appeal. So, great. He caught the misdemeanor. He sued Temple and 2 officers in federal court. And the judge dismissed it. I'm assuming 12b6 motion of some sort. So I'm thinking, all right. So then he ran for the Texas House of Representatives. And boy, he didn't manage his, he didn't stay on point. He needed to tighten up his message a little bit. You know, he was saying some pretty, some things that the general public wouldn't be on board with. So I'm like, well, let's check them out. This is a Ballotpedia. Now, they took these claims from him. The links go to his Facebook, and he had a web page. I can't access the Facebook account because I don't have a Facebook logon. It's requiring a Facebook logon. I don't know why. And then this one right here has been deleted, probably because he lost the Republican primary in a 3-way race. He came in 3rd. He got 18.41%. It's not terrible, but it's not great. But this is what he said. I mean, all right, so this right here is what he said to us rubes, that he thinks he could He thinks he could blow smoke up our skirts. But this is what he said on his biography, where he knew that his opponents were going to background him and make sure that what he was saying was true. So he worked as a Spanish linguist and as a signal intelligence voice interceptor within the U.S. Army. A Spanish linguist, okay. I mean, that's not like, I don't know why the NSA needs Spanish linguists, but what's a signal intelligence voice interceptor? It's nothing special. Basically, he provides assistance to analysts. There you go. I'm sure it's a necessary position. I'm sure it's a necessary position. But it's not. It doesn't make you a senior counterintelligence special agent. And it doesn't mean he was in counter intel interrogations. I don't think he was ever in interrogations. Now he was in the Army from 94 to 2015. So I'm wondering where he got all this time as a senior special agent. Because this video right here was 2013, so he was still in the Army when this video was taken. And he's been in the public view since then. You know, he started up that Open Carry Texas. So when did Mr. Grisham become a senior special agent? I would ask you. And then I found this. This is Michael's dispatches. This is Michael Yon. Well, who's Michael Yon, you ask? Michael Yon is legit. He was in the Special Forces. He was embedded with troops as a war correspondent in Afghanistan and Iraq. And he doesn't have very nice things to say about Mr. Grisham. He calls Mr. Grisham a liar. Mr. Grisham apparently claimed that he killed a squad of Iraqis in the Iraq War with only a grenade and a pistol. But this is Mr. Grisham's citation, and it doesn't say anything about that. It was just a generic one. Apparently, these were printed out. He goes into how these were just kind of handed out because it was propaganda. He calls it stolen valor. I don't know. But I would guess he's not lying. He claims that that our erstwhile sergeant has PTSD or complains of it. He was on the back lines. He was in an air-conditioned office in an air base behind the lines, at least in Afghanistan. Grisham was all about attracting attention, latching on like a remora to anything related to PTSD. And people with top secret clearances should not blog about every facet of their lives while advertising they have top secret clearance, as Grisham often does. And so apparently he was blogging about money troubles and his PTSD and his top secret clearance and all sorts of things that you don't want to tell foreign governments who might be interested in using someone who's crazy and who needs money and has top secret clearance. And then in 2011, Grisham gave up and he went home. He changed his story to say he was ordered home for skin cancer. He goes over the 2013 arrest. Apparently he wasn't very far away from his home Apparently, like, that's his home right there, and that's where he got arrested. So he probably walked somewhere along there to get arrested. And he talks about using his son as a prop, etc. Not very nice. There is a link to C.J. Grisham's posts and things like that. Yeah, this Michael Yon does not like Grisham. But anyway, can't find anything on our senior special agent here. But I'll leave that to you fine folks out there. I'm sure somebody will get me all the dirt on this joke. It's funny. It's hilarious to me. I'm like, yeah, I'm a brand new attorney. People are like, he's not an attorney. I'm like, yeah, here's a link to my California State Bar page. Look, it says I'm a brand new attorney. Is he really an attorney? He can't really be an attorney. He must be lying or something. And then this dude was like, yeah, I'm a senior special agent in an alphabet agency with I was a special ops interrogator thingy. Yeah. And everybody was like, oh, that sounds legitimate. I could totally see this guy being yeah. I mean, he probably served in the same unit as Mr. David Earl, who's now Houston Warden. I mean, yes, it makes total sense that, you know, David Warden, who claims to have had a long and illustrious military career but spent like most of his adult life in the penal system. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Crazy. The sad thing is that people believe that these guys are what they say they are because these guys are telling them what they want to hear. And they think, I mean, it was like somebody posted like it was like 1.25 million lawyers in the U.S. or something like that. Be like, no, you couldn't possibly be a lawyer. Whatever, dude. Hilarious. 70 upvotes, 4 downvotes. This community should be ashamed of itself. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.